These are a couple of teams who shoot the three ball extremely well. Point Loma obviously first, Vanguard third in the conference, both over 34% from the field. But Point Loma defends the three ball better on paper. They're fifth in the conference for defending three ball. Vanguard 12th. So
Sea Lions. Bion uses the screen, goes at Scoff, tries to get the friendly roll, won't go, and drops down to Matosian.
Notice that first possession of the game, Vanguard was in man defense. They've been in that hybrid 2-3 zone where they trap a lot over the last 4 to 5 games, but right now, we talked about it, if a team shoots the three ball really well, you can't afford to be in a zone because they're going to shoot you out of it.
Is driving up and hard was Tippins, couldn't get it to go. Nice old board for the Sea Lions, and rolling down, and the first bucket of the game goes to PLNU.
Oh, another key tonight is going to be to see whose strengths come to play more. Point Loma's assist numbers are extremely high. They're first in the conference at over 15 assists per game. Vanguard's strength is the hustle stats, their blocks, their steals, and their boards. But Point Loma strikes first on the offensive glass.
Pass on the inside, Tippins tried to snatch one down the angle, taken away, and then the Lions lose it in quick succession. That was good hustle there by Maddie Mersch.
Yeah, Tran kind of got lost in the sauce right there. She was thinking push, but then she was like, no, I don't want to make a mistake, and then ended up paying the price for it anyway. She just got to be decisive and push the pace in transition because that's what Vanguard does so well.
Strong rebound by Scoff, and Tippins goes to ground as she tried to wrestle that ball away from the freshman.
You know, despite the early offensive board that Vanguard had surrendered, they have been doing a really good job of hitting your man. Man-to-man, there's, not a lot of room for error. If you miss your box out, it's going to be easy pickings for the opposing team to get in there and mix it up. But notice here, now it's going to be Kaylee Bion picking up CE full court. That's an interesting strategy here for Coach Charity Elliott in her 4th season, trying to tire out CE maybe a little bit.
Bring it the other way.
But she is getting to the rim at ease. It's a turnover there for Point Loma. If CE can keep living in zero and then kick out to her shooters, as there you go with the rim running.
Smoking the lay was Scoff. Nice touch by Tran, and that produces an extra look for Matosian.
Just one possession to go, but when CE missed that shot, Coach Davis said, you need to push the pace, and right on cue, CE said, yes, Coach, I got you, and Scoff did a good job rim running, as they have over the last month.
Go Point Loma's way.
I really do think there's going to be an interesting chess match between Coach Elliott and Coach Davis because of the fact that you saw early on in these possessions, they are really jumping into the hip and forcing them to go back right, and they're icing the ball screens right now. And so if Scoff is the one setting it, because that big is in drop coverage in the ice, she can pick and pop all night long. That's going to be something if, Scoff gets hot, Coach Elliott might have to make an adjustment herself on these ball screens.
And elevating is Bion. That won't go. Nice offensive rebound. They picked up a pair so far in the early goings. Another one for the Sea Lions, and they cash in off the window through Mersch.
Yeah, a rare miscue there from Sarah Matosian. Missing her box out. She did a good job hitting her defender, but did not move.
Ariana Hudson.
Another ice on the ball screen there.
Swarmed in a Sea Lion sandwich. She does get it into the hands of Kubi with 13 on the shot clock here for the home side. Might have been a little whack there on Bion by Hudson.
You said it, Jared. They're scrapping.
Spill to Mersch. Lefty tries, lefty hits.
That's just a high-level possession on both ends of the floor where you got Point Loma putting Vanguard in a scramble drill. They end up doing a good job getting the X out, but then they just hit a tough contested 2. But if that's the shot you're going to live with, it's going to be a tough contested 2 as Kubi gets called for the illegal screen.
Crossing right is Hudson, rushing inside.
That is such a high-level move because of the way that Vanguard exchanges their bigs from elbow to elbow on that ball screen. There was no ice. The ice was late, so Hudson went in and out, expecting them to jump into the ice, as Kubi does a good job showing off her strength.
Forward, though, by Kubi. Another try for Crabtree. Trickles off the rim, and that will be a foul against Matosian.
Yeah, a little 2 for $1 special there from Kubi to Crabtree. Unfortunately, Crabtree unable to knock it down, but I mean, that's a rarity that we've had to say about her. 48.6% for threes, first in the Pac-West. It would be 5th in the nation if Vanguard was eligible for national rankings. Point Loma's got to be much more careful in transition of finding her.
Hudson fast in transition. Now Matosian picking up her dribble, tries the 17-footer. And a clean one, and Hudson's doing really well to push the pace. If she sees it, she's gonna release it. You want to keep Point Loma on their toes.
Yeah, especially because Point Loma was in scramble drill right there, trying to identify shooters in transition as Vanguard just doesn't pick up ball there. Lucky that that shot was offline from Bion, but just the mere presence of Crabtree gets the defense to shift, and that's how you get open shots like that.
And Jocelyn Pasquale.
Yeah, Hudson on that previous possession was able to induce a switch where Kubi had a guard on her. They got to get her the ball.
Nice pass, Kubi turning, bricks it off the backboard. Tries to wrestle the ball away from O'Neal, but strong presence there by the senior.
But she can't fade away. She has to go back to the well that she had against Hilo in Hawaii Pacific, where she was aggressive to the paint. They're really taking the pressure to Vanguard. I wouldn't be surprised if Vanguard gets a bucket right here. They flip the script on them and go to their full court press right now, just to change the mentality, because this ball pressure right here, as you see a beautiful back door right there, good feed. But the ball pressure from Point Loma is really getting Vanguard a little bit flustered right now, as they were shot below 25% from the field. But a good counter by Coach Davis, beating it with a back door.
Trying to have a presence here off the bench. CE sees the angle, out to Matosi, an extra pass to Crabtree from the corner. Yes, sir.
That is the definition of perfect basketball right there. CE rejecting the ball screen, stringing it out, invites to the secondary defender, skip, one more, bucket in the corner to your best shooter in the conference.
Said it off air after the first quarter. Lions are getting good shots, just not hitting them yet. So moving that basketball, giving Crabtree some opportunities to hurt Point Loma.
Well, they're going to go to the chin action here. She invited the secondary defender. This time she tried to finish over an outstretched arm. That time she just has to do the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kick it on to the next side where you have open shooters.
That long wingspan from Thayer. 7 on the shot clock. C driving left on Rao. Puts up the shot, won't go. Rebound Kubi. And might have had an option to go up a bit quicker there.
That's the second time now she's faded away from contact. She has to use her strength. Yeah, Crabtree missing her box out there, but at least Kubi was there to at least somewhat salvage the possession. Kubi, really good hustle overall in her time. It's just been, when she's had the ball around the rim, she hasn't used her strength, which is her strength.
Nice pass. Rushes up. Scoff gets a touch. And Sea Lions want to call, but I think Scoff got a good piece of that ball, if you ask me.
Yeah, it looked clean from here. So Emma Scoff just using those long arms, the positive wingspan that we always talk about.
Scoff tries. No. Rebound by McDonald.
But that's a great look. They rejected the ball screen, and now you pick and pop because your big is in drop coverage inherently because you're icing the ball screen. So, Scott, you got to live with that. If you're Vanguard, it's a wide open three that she's capable of knocking down.
Talked about, but don't look as comfortable as they have in this gym so far this season. And a foul on Madsen.
Yeah, really good weak side. Vanguard's getting stuck right now, moving more lateral than they are vertically.
Hudson, nice dish. Scoff goes up, count it, and the foul.
Great job slamming on the backside by Scoff. Had the big step up, and so they were late in rotation, slamming on the big. And so it was a nice pocket pass from Hudson and easy pickings for Scoff at the rim. And that's what Vanguard needs. I mean, right now they are shooting 23% from the field. It hasn't been looking good as the woes now extend to the charity strike.
Stuff in the stat sheet, so much as it is stopping what's in front of you. Is a nice bucket on the inside, brings Point Loma up to a 3-point lead.
And we talked about these are two of the top 3 defenses. The CE wants a triple. She's got it.
Just 1 for 7 on their 3-point tries.
The attempt is what I think what's really key right now. Is Vanguard already has 14 attempts. Remember, Vanguard has been very smart about their 3-point attempts since that Jessup game back on December 21st, where if they've been hot, they've gotten them up, and if they've been cold, they've really limited it to below 20 attempts.
Though does it, Point Loma have certainly been taking advantage in terms of the O boards as Hudson is going to walk.
Yeah, you think that Madsen charge that she picked up earlier was in the back of her mind, driving baseline, very similar play, but that time could not stick the pivot. It's a big possession here for Point Loma. They can get a bucket here and settle in going into and back to the T game here, trying to isolate the post. And there's the exit on the backside.
JJ, this is in many ways a reset button, even though obviously teams are going to shift things. What are you expecting for the next 20 minutes of basketball?
Well, I think Point Loma's got to make an adjustment here. Their turnover number crept up a little bit. They're at 9 right now, but it's the assist number that's really concerning me right now. A team that's number 1 in the conference in assists. They only had 5 assists in that first half, only 2 in the second quarter. So I'm looking for them to play with the pass a little bit more than what they did in the first half, but their defense was absolutely phenomenal. On the flip side, Vanguard, they did exactly what we talked about. They played to their strengths. They won the O-board battle, which I know we talked about. It didn't feel like it, but they have 10 O-boards, and Point Loma has 5. Vanguard took care of the ball better, and they had met more assists than Point Loma. I can't remember the last time Point Loma was out-assisted by a team. One actual tangible difference that I want to see for Vanguard is twist the ball screens on those ice. When Point Loma's icing the ball screen, Vanguard needs to twist it to get you a step up more than a side-on ball, so that allows their point guard to snake it.
Point Loma get us underway. Rowell trying to pick up where she left off.
Right on cue, another assist.
Pass. And Madsen using the screen well from Matosi. Nice roll. Matosian, steps into a triple.
And that's another
ace in the chamber.
That's another way that you beat the ice, is where you go to the dribble handoff right away, and it's got to be fast. You can't massage your way into it. It's got to be hard and decisive so they can't jump the hip.
And we talked about Sarah Matosian in the three-point shooting this season and trying to improve it. Coach Loma now turned it over, but she's been wonderful. She's now hit 8 of her last 12 three-pointers.
Well, I mean, going back to Cal State San Marcos, it's 12 for 22, 45% since that Cal State San Marcos game for Matosian. As that ball is lost out of bounds by CE, and that's what you get if you're Kaylee Byen, showing up every single possession in the full court. That is her reward. A really terrific job by Kaylee Byen.
CE will carry.
That's one where you want Matosian to twist her angle on the screen. Yeah, she's capable of snaking her way into the lane, but the fact of the matter is you can get a much better and easier opportunity at the rim if you just have Matosian act like she's going to set it, where she sends her back to the middle, but then she sets it up, turns her angle, sets it towards the baseline, and allows CE to attack downhill out of big and then get to a crossover mid-range pull-up that we know CE can hit with ease. Back
of CE there. Used her size well, but missing out. CE fast in transition. Crabtree stops on a dime, pulls up, and drills it.
Gotta find her in transition.
34-34. CE head of steam over to Scoff, steps into a triple. Pac West Defender of the Week is on the board from downtown.
It was just a matter of time before Scoff found her range, especially after Crabtree just kind of took the lid off the rim. Right on cue, Scoff is able to pick up the slack.
Touched now by Crabtree.
Good job.
Trickles off the rim.
I like it, though, because Crabtree finally realized it and told Scoff to twist the angle on the screen. A nice mix-up in pace. You know, another way you can beat these side-on balls that Vanguard is having so much trouble is start throwing in some middle third ball screens. Some horns action, maybe. But that time, they were about to get to it as CE's going to come off the gate.
CE with 11 points, but hasn't scored yet in the third quarter.
Right on cue. There's the horns. They shored up the turnovers, and they brought their assist numbers right back up, where they were able to now be leading point limit assists 11-7. Truly remarkable what Vanguard is able to do. And it is starting with Emma Scoff and Sarah Matosian, who have been able to stretch the defense with their three-point prowess.
Up to their largest lead